Butt dial from wife. Heard everything. Just discovered 7 hours ago wife of 15 years, my HS sweetheart, with kids 7 and 11 has been having an affair for a month. Busted red-handed. She was on a business trip, my phone rang, obvious BTT dial, immediately heard them talking, flirting and then engaging. I listened and then started recording. I can't get it out of my head. I'm a mess. Found out it started on a trip last month, one day before my 40th. She's flying home now. Redditor's reaction story 2 after. Op comment, yes. Confronted immediately. Gaslit until I shared recording, so she knows I have it. She came clean. I recorded her admitting everything too. Copied both to another device. Plan to make another. She's begging to get back. It's been a long drawn out emotional affair I caught on to about 1 year ago, created a ton of strife. They were super close work buddies immersed in projects. Even got the families together a few times. I was warning it was inappropriate. Late night drinking and such. Kept ignoring boundaries. They were just friends blah blah. Redditor follow up, gave her one pass and you caught her again. Do you think a second pass will not lead to her being caught again? Of course she's begging and saying this time will be different if you just give her a blah blah. From experience, this will not stop. Good luck. Redditor 2. 1. Relax and breathe and talk your time to process. 2. Go see a lawyer. 3. Start planning your exit strategy. 4. Ask her to leave the house and start the NC. Fast clean divorce is your best option. Redditor follow up. This. I would also get a paternity test for your children and an STD test for yourself. As this may not be the first time she's done this. Speak to your mutual friends and family ASAP. They'll likely provide you with support than the internet and will help stop her from gaslighting them and blaming you for abusive etc. Also seriously think about therapy. Stay strong and good luck. Redditor 3. Make a copy of the recording. Talk to a lawyer. Open a new bank account and withdraw half from joint account and deposit into the new account. Tell her you know about the affair and get her out of your bedroom. Don't tell her anything about the recording. Informing her HR might affect your alimony, so stay calm until the divorce is over. Switch on the audio recording in your phone whenever near her. If you want to confront, be calm, don't raise your voice. Keep the voice recorder on. Let her do the talking and don't take I don't know for an answer. Good luck. Op answer, plan to lawyer up ASAP. I make a little more than she does but trending down, she was trending way up. Says she's going to quit in order to cut it off with coworker. I told to get reassigned instead. Redditor 4, Op Happy New Year, hope you are well. We are wondering if you have any updates. Op update, it's been a month since D-Day. We officially separated last weekend. All accounts separated. Agreed to a joint budget during this transition period. We're keeping the kids in the house and will move in out weekly for at least 90 days. Rented a furnished place a few blocks away. She's agreeing to waiving spousal support, equal child support based on equal future income, and I'll get primary. All very important to me. I'm agreeing to non-disparagement with her employer and holding AP harmless for alienation faux affection. Assets split. All terms survive if there's future forgiveness. We've been mostly civil after a few weeks of my verbal lashing. She shows little remorse but is mostly in shock. A lot of blame shifting. I have the friends. They've been supporting me. I've stayed several different places when I needed to GTFO. She's been staying at home pouting a lot. She really has nobody. Moving ahead, I'm torn between conscious uncoupling approach and NC. NC feels best now, but we will have to co-parent. It's only been 3 days of NC. We wanted to get through the holidays. Told the kids. It was rough on my older one for about an hour. Both are in okay spirits. We both traveled so much the last few years, living with one parent around is relatable. Although, we did have a great time as a unit. They'll miss that for sure. What really pushed reconciliation off the table was the absolute refusal to alter her work life. AP being assigned her same territory. Not asking to be reassigned. Not quitting. She's still in a fog. Doing her best to protect his interests? It's loony. I'm fairly convinced they're not done, but they're both giving it lip service. AP's wife knows, but I don't care about them. Whatever, I realize she's gone. The romantic part of our relationship is forever over. We acknowledge we were on the rocks, but definitely not close to throwing it away. For example, it wasn't a dead bedroom. We made an awesome team, crushed it as parents, and did really great on the work front. We really liked each other. I loved her. I really think she thinks we'll rekindle after the AP gets promoted or moves on. But, honestly, she's not working for it at this point. It makes my decision much easier. She'll come back, but I won't care if she doesn't. For me, every day has its big ups and big downs. Meditation, gym, and cooking get me in a groove. But I'm spending too much time with sadness, anger, and mental obsession over the loss. The fucking recording haunts me. I feel a huge weight has been lifted. Seriously, the knot in my stomach that's been there for 20 years is released. I also know I'm a catch and will do fine. Kicking ass with the kids the last few days. Making meals, playing games, just super engaged. I fret loneliness during my off weeks. But I have plenty of friends to visit, books to read, and life to live. I'm getting ripped, diet straight, headspace improving. As soon as papers are signed, I'm getting myself out there. Anyway, there's the update. Story 2, it's a cliche, but my wedding was legitimately one of the happiest days of my life. Now all that's left of it is a receipt from Goodwill. Throwaway account. Tried to post a picture of the receipt but couldn't figure out how. Whatevs. After spending Thanksgiving alone for the first time in 14 years, D-Day was this past May, I decided to stay with my parents for Christmas. On the dresser of the room where I stayed, I found this donation receipt from Goodwill. I need to tell someone what it means to me. We got married in 2015 after dating for 9 years. We wanted our special day to reflect who we were, something unique. We ended up hosting an outdoor wedding on my brother's wife's farm in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It's a physically beautiful place that held a special place in our hearts. We used to travel there with friends every summer over July 4th, listen to baseball on the radio, swim, visit with my brother's wife's parents and elderly grandparents, and generally take a pause to feel at peace. It was a very handmade wedding. We hand-painted all these shabby chic signs out of barn wood and old windows. We used these to point the way to the restroom, and to label our and our dog's signature drinks. Mine was Kentucky bourbon, my pups were root beer and lemonade, respectively. We wrote our own vows and a mutual friend officiated. We walked down the aisle with our dogs. My brothers and my dad provided music for the ceremony. Long, 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 by the Beatles. After the ceremony, we buzzed around the tent where our friends and family noshed on pasties and barbecued pork. We were so busy visiting with our guests, neither of us got a chance to eat. I gave my speech with my arm around my father-in-law. I talked about how in the old days a marriage was a celebration not just of the joining of two people, but the joining of two families. I talked about how happy I was that my family had just doubled in size. It's kind of a bullshit cliche that your wedding is the happiest day of your life. In that moment, for me, I think it was. After dinner we moved to the ramshackle dance floor we'd assembled in an outdoor tent. No DJ, just a Spotify playlist we'd spent weeks putting together, making sure to include all our individual favorite songs, as well as those that had specific meaning to us as a couple. The dance began with Closer by Tegan and Sarah. We danced until we collapsed, no exaggeration, to the final song, Dimed Out by Titus Andronicus. The next day, it dawned on us that we hadn't made a plan to clean up. We were supposed to leave on our honeymoon, driving around Lake Superior in the RV we'd rented for the occasion. Instead, we ended up washing dishes. But it was fine. My parents stayed to help. They packed up all of the keepsakes, our hand-painted signs, and brought them home for safekeeping in their basement. It was understood that these artifacts were treasures. Fast forward to this year. I tell my parents that she had an affair with a coworker, and then started a new relationship with a different guy while she was begging me to reconcile. My mom was pissed. She said all the wedding stuff was going to Goodwill. It didn't really hit me till I saw that donation receipt sitting on the dresser. It's all gone. All that time, love, The warm feelings, my newly enlarged family, the memories that were supposed to be treasures for the rest of our lives, it was all just an enclosed trailer load, like the receipt says. All those treasures are now sitting in a Goodwill to be squinted at by people who will never know what those things once meant. All that's left is a little slip of paper, sitting on a dresser in the house where I grew up. Edit, just want to say thanks for listening and for your kind words of support. This community has been there for me on many lonely days and nights. We didn't choose this journey, but it's ours now. Thanks for lending me your strength. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, I hear you, man, and get it. My 2-year wedding anniversary is coming up, but I've already been separated 10 months. The happiest day of my life is now something I'm ashamed of. I dragged my entire family from all over this giant country to come and watch me commit to somebody for life, and I couldn't even make it work much more than a year. The good news, something else gets to happen that will be my new happiest memory. I don't know what or when, but I get to experience that happiest day of my life feeling again. Just not for a while. Redditor 2, I'm so sorry you are going through this. You've been hurt. You are stronger than you think and you will come out the other side. Redditor 3, I wish I could say any words to comfort you that will take the pain away. I know your future is good because you didn't step out of the relationship. The words you wrote tell a lot about you as a man of morals. But the pain you feel now, nothing I can say that will take it away. Only time will numb this pain of the future you lost. It will pass slowly, but surely it will pass. Grieve it and cry it all out. 'Tis just a setback to the future you deserve and will have. You will cherish that future because you would know what you endured to get there. Best of luck, mate.